Kia ora. In today's news, Bay of Plenty MP Tony Ryle is warning that the clean-up of oil from Tauranga's beaches could go on for weeks, if not months. Fresh oil has been spilling from the Rena after the stricken ship suffered further damage as it was tossed about in 4-metre swells today. Maritime New Zealand says as much as 350 tonnes of oil has leaked from the ship. But Mr Ryle says it's heartening to see up to 100 volunteers on Mount Maunganui Beach scooping up the globules of oil left by high tide.
People who've come down from north of Auckland to help out in the clean-up. So these people are fully protected, they're doing all the right stuff. Great to see this effort, but look, this is a really long-term thing.
Meanwhile, dispersants are being tested on the fresh oil leaking from the Rena. Maritime New Zealand says this afternoon swells up to 4 metres made it difficult for the dispersant to work. The leaked oil is heading in a southerly direction, meaning it will move down the coast. While there's been more damage to the front of the vessel overnight, causing additional flooding in the forward holds, Maritime New Zealand says this will, to some degree, help settle the Rena. In other news, rugby legend Jonah Lomu has been discharged from hospital. He's been undergoing treatment at Auckland Hospital's renal and liver transplant ward for more than 2 weeks. The former All Black received a kidney transplant in 2004 when ZM radio host Grant Kiriyama became his donor. The government's ballooning deficit, out to a record $18.4 billion, will see frugal times over the next 3 years. More than half the deficit is related to Christchurch earthquake costs, and that will see the levy for homeowners trebling to a maximum of $207 a year. Public servants also look set to bear the brunt of frugal times through more job losses. Alan Hubbard supporters are calling for the boss of the Serious Fraud Office to be fired. Chief Executive Adam Feely purchased a number of Hubbard's autobiographies to give out as so-called investigation booby prizes at last year's Christmas party. Stand By Hubbard spokeswoman Jan McPherson says the group was appalled to hear of this. Taikuti police have arrested a man for pouring boiling water on a child. Senior Sergeant Rob Van Kalken says the 4-year-old boy was caught up in a domestic dispute between his grandparents. The boy's 57-year-old grandfather told police that he was having an argument with his wife and threw the water at her to cool her down, saying he didn't know the water in the jug had been boiled. Rugby World Cup sales are just 1 percentage point away from reaching the financial target of $268.5 million. 1.35 million tickets have been sold so far, grossing $265.5 million. There's now just $2.9 million worth of tickets left to be sold. Rugby New Zealand CEO Martin Snedden says ticket sales have exceeded 11 times the revenue that was generated by the Lions tour. Some of New Zealand's favourite children's TV shows will be back again next year. New Zealand On Air has invested $14 million in children's programming to screen in 2012. Chief Executive Jane Wrightson says the main investment has been in renewing popular shows such as What Now?, The Erin Simpson Show and Sticky TV. That's all from me. Join us again soon. Ka kite anō.